achieve their goal. Okay, so this is where I'm giving it away. This is how I get my clients to open up and be comfortable on camera and tell their story in a way that connects with people. This is literally the secret sauce behind my whole business. And when people are like, man, I've worked with other videographers, but they don't do it like this, or how did you get me to sound so good, or how did I get 18 shares? Why did people call me back? It's not because I made a bunch of clips of him keynote speaking. It's because it was his story and it connected. So here we go, giving it away. The authenticity framework. Here's where I sound really smart. Simon Sinek's golden circle. Start with why. Focus on why. That's the big one. Aristotle's rhetoric methods. Ethos, pathos, logos, to build a narrative that engages both the heart and the mind. So logical and emotional. And then modern neuroscience. Again, stories activate the brain. The brand story template. If you watch his brand story, if you watch my brand story, if you watch other brand story videos, every single one is this. So it starts sometimes with a hook. If something kind of funny or silly happened during the interview that's authentic, like my stupid Steve Jobs thing, we'll put that in the beginning, because I heard some snickers. I mean, it's not the funniest thing in the world, but you're thinking you're going to watch this corporate video, and then this dumbass gets up there and it's like, a t-shirt, it's Steve Jobs. It's like, whoa. It hooks you in, like I want to learn more. Is your hook in the one today? Or?
Today, no.
Okay, so then I'll tell them about it. So when he's talking about his mindset consulting, one thing he said, wait, what was it?
I said, I'm going to call you on your bullshit.
Yeah, he goes, I'm going to call you on your bullshit. And then boom, it starts into the video. And I have one of my friends who's a video guy. He goes, dude, that was the greatest hook. He's like, that made me go, what? I want to watch more. I want to learn more. So the hook, it's optional. If something cool comes out of the interview, I start with the hook. But then we start with who. It's me going, I'm Graham Kuhn, owner of Focus Films. That's it. No big, I've been doing it this many years. I'm Graham Kuhn. It's like we just met, handshake, owner of Focus Films. So we start with the hook, that's optional. Who I am, that's logical. This side of the brain. Nice to meet you. Graham Kuhn, Focus Films. Then spend a lot of time on the why, the emotion, why I do it. I want to make the world a better place. I have talent in creating engaging video stories that can help in your marketing and help you make money. I want to do that to help the little guy win, the underdog, to help the people that don't have the huge $1 million budget to compete with those companies, because I truly believe if we can get the message of good people like Andy out in the world, his business is going to blow up. That's going to affect more people, and we're amplifying good people. That makes the world a better place. That's my why, using my gifts to make everything better. Then what I do, I think it's like one sentence. I create strategic video assets that help my clients make money or something. It's like super fast. Again, like Billy said, we don't spend 2 minutes on the what. Like, I make videos, so here's kind of identify my market, and then this is what I do. And then how. As I was watching, I'm like, holy shit, I spent a lot of time on the how. How am I different? What makes me different? Strategizing. Different types of videos, which we're going to talk about later. What different types of videos serve different purposes. How to use your video, because I've met so many clients who are like, I've worked with another video company and it sucked. What sucked about it? Well, the process sucked. They felt uncomfortable on camera. And then the video guy is like, all right, here's your video. The balance is this. Sayonara. I will help them implement it into their marketing. I'll help them get shared on Facebook. I'll help them use it because, like I said in there, if you're going to give me money, you better damn well get that money back or more. That is my whole point in doing this, to get an ROI for my clients. Okay, so the next slide, I wanted to give myself a little note here. The next is my brand story again, but in the top left, I put little labels of hook, who, why, how, yada, yada. So just watch, give me 2.5 minutes, and you'll see. I'm just worried like this t-shirt is gonna make it look like I think I'm like freaking Steve Jobs or something. I'm Graham Kuhn, owner of Focus Films. I know it's not the best company that wins, but it's the best known company that wins. All that means is that they've probably spent more money on marketing than their competitor who might provide better service than they do. I want to make the world a better place, like for my kids and for their kids, and using my talent of creating kick-ass marketing videos can help elevate good people and good companies. And if we get the good people out there with their messages and their products, then we can literally change the world. We create strategic video assets for businesses that guarantee that they're going to stand out from their competitors. I grew up in a small town in Wisconsin doing, manual labor jobs like working on farms and construction, and I come from a long line of hard workers, and I started wrestling when I was 4 years old, and I wrestled all the way through college, and I coached for a couple of years, and so I developed a really strong work ethic. But here's what's weird about me is I went to college to be an opera singer. And singing was my job for like 20 years or so. But it gives me this really cool perspective of hard work and blue collar, but at the same time understanding emotion and vulnerability and not being afraid to tap into that. And that's what makes what we do different. We tell the story of the people behind the brand, why they do what they do, and we use a lot of sales psychology in our videos to make sure that it connects with the audience so that our clients get results. I think that's like the big differentiator for us. Most video companies are just gonna make like a cool sizzle reel and then they're gonna be gone. We're gonna dig in and go deep with you and figure out what is the best approach to using video, what's gonna get you results. We don't do a lot of scripted videos because authenticity is what people really crave these days. So we work with our clients to deliver an authentic message, and we're gonna help you implement that video into your marketing strategy, because if you don't use the video, it's worthless. And all I care about is my clients getting a return on their investment. I mean, video's not cheap, but when it's done right, like how we do it, the ROI can be astronomical. If you're a business owner who knows that what you offer can change the world for the better and solve problems for your clients, we can make you stand out. Go to the website, fill out the discovery form, and we can get started making a difference in the world by elevating your company. Okay, so you saw every part of the template in there. I realized I missed the call to action. Obviously, end everyone with a call to action, because as humans, if you don't tell us to go take an action, go to my website and fill out the discovery form, you go, man, that was a cool video. I didn't know he was an opera singer. All right, lunchtime, call to action at the end. So that's the template. Steal it, use it. We're bouncing between logic and emotion, the brain, the heart, everything, navigating and engaging the 7-8 parts of the brain. That's how you make it memorable. And the part about the farm, the opera singing, the wrestling, I can't tell you the number of people who have been like, man, I didn't know you wrestled in college. I wrestled in college. I didn't know you were a singer. I did music. Oh, wow, I grew up working on farms in Iowa. Like, I connect with people that way. Has nothing really to do with my company other than that was my upbringing and makes me good at what I do, but it also helps me connect with people. So my whole point in that is like not every video has to be like, I'm in this business, I do this, I am great, I won this award. No, like just be authentic, be real. We're gonna get into that. I'm not gonna wait to watch it again. Okay, how I do it. I wanna do a live demonstration. Take like 10 minutes with somebody. And this will teach you guys how I draw just have a seat, man. How I get the story, how I get my clients to open up, and then you can implement this into get your roofers on, talking to them about why they do this, what they love about it. And so what we do, the first thing I do is I have a deep dive, which is literally no cameras, nothing. Like we would be sitting at a coffee or something, just talking. I'm gonna be taking notes. I wanna get that who, why, what, how, all that stuff from him. But there's no cameras, anything, so Ken and I are just having a conversation. Then, after I have all my, it'll probably be 30, 45 minutes. Then I've got all my notes. A week later, we're gonna show up at his office with lights, camera, action. I've already got all the answers. I know what he said. He's already talked about it. So unlike other video companies where they're like, all right, we can shoot Tuesday, they show up with the cameras and the client is like, I don't know what to talk about, and it's like, oh, weird. We've already talked about it, man. Now we're just gonna have the same conversation, but with cameras. So this is literally how it goes, and it's just gonna meander all over the place. I know I wanna hit the pillars, but I want him to speak comfortably about it. So just first, just tell me about the website, or just give me kind of the overview of what you're doing. You're gonna screw up and say dumb shit, and that's awesome.
And a lot of
It's human. So picture us at coffee. We're not recording a video. I'm trying to get your story, but these are the questions I ask. So just kind of tell me about the website and what it is. And
I just, for 25 years working in construction and home building, there's just a huge gap in subs and builders trying to match up.
Oh, okay.
As a builder, struggled everywhere I ever went to try to find the right subcontractors to perform the work that we need on the jobs.
Okay.
So the website basically...
the website is your business, right? Like, yeah. Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, so the website basically allows the trades to post information about their company, the critical vetting data that builders use to find these subs, And then obviously the builders come in and can source these trades based on filters and categories and all that stuff.
Got it. Is it live? Like you can screenshot it and stuff, or
We are,
it's beta?
yeah, we're in beta right now.
Okay, very cool. So then, what made you think of this, or what, was there a time in your 25 years experience where you're like, I got to build a better mousetrap, or something like that, or was there an aha moment, or like?
Well, I think I could tell you that I just struggled with it for 25 years in my own business and working with other businesses, and yeah, I just was on a travel trip one day, woke up in a hotel at 5 in the morning and went bing, and just started writing notes, and a year later, it took a year to kind of put it all together, just started building the website, and a year later, we're at beta,
So that's a why, kind of a surface level why, and now I'll go a little bit deeper and see if we can dig into Ken. So what is it, like, why do you do this besides freedom? I want to work for myself, it's gratifying, I want to help. What is it about you that makes you want to do this for a living? Why? What drives you? What makes you get out of bed every day? What are you excited about? Like, why this?
Yeah, I mean, I think the deep personal why is, I do want to create a lifestyle for myself that I can do what I want when I want. And spend more time with my kids and my parents while they're still on the earth, and travel with, the love of my life. But ultimately, as a builder, it's frustrating to have a project and your plumber bails on you and you lose time and now your customer's screaming at you. So to be able to relieve that pressure for them, be able to be a resource for them to have more subs than they need, have a depth chart that they can go to, I think is something where it's going to change the landscape for builders.
That's awesome. So you want to make their life easier. Yeah. And so there was two in there. He started being the hero of his own story. I want to be fulfilling my kids, love of my life. That would not make the final cut, but that got him into making his client the hero of the story and helping the builders. You see what I'm saying? Like, as he was saying, I want to be fulfilled, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to have to ask a follow-up to go deeper, but then he automatically went into it. So that would be the why. And we could go deeper and deeper and deeper. My grandpa was a I've worked with a company that Ken used to work for, and one of the builders told a story about growing up working with his grandpa. And he starts bawling, and I'm like, that's in there for sure, dude. But it's like his grandpa gave him his first skill saw on the job, and now he's this huge builder, and like that was an amazing story. So over an hour, we could go deeper and deeper. So you've already kind of covered the what of what you do, and then I guess there's nothing else like this to talk about, like what makes this different than what's out there, or is there any way we can differentiate what your offering is versus?
Well, yeah, I mean,
why would somebody hire you or pay the subscription, or what's different?
Well, it's a gap. There's really no source other than Google and ChatGPT. There are some larger networks out there that service the commercial and industrial. So we don't really. There's a gap. We don't have a lot of competition.
Okay, awesome. And then we would identify who's your clients are builders.
Builders and trades. I mean, both sides.
And no minimum like revenue, or it's basically anybody who needs to be connected with trades or builders to.
Yeah, I mean, we have pricing tiers based on if you're a plumber and you have 16 locations across the southeast versus one pickup truck guy. There's just different prices.
Yeah.
But yeah, any size trade or builder could source.
So I'm trying to get him to identify his client for the call to action. So if you're a XYZ, go to the website, check it out, pay me money, and
two. It's kind of
two different markets.
Trade,
so then you could have two. Like people are like, well, I do this and I do this. Like Andy does coaching and speaking, so he'll have another version of the video with a call to action for getting keynote speaking jobs versus mindset.
Really just call to action is just the only thing that changes in the video, right?
Right.
The story
is the same. Yeah. So you just change that last little thingy. But you see what I'm doing here? Like we're just having a conversation. I'm not giving him a script. Like write your story down and then we'll put it on a teleprompter, because it would like imagine now if there were two cameras here and we're literally talking like this. He forgets the cameras are there. That's how it comes off so authentic and real and genuine and not scripted and salesy. And then we talked about who you are, why you do what you do, what makes you different, and call to action. So that's literally it. I mean, that's not super deep, but that's the basic of how I would do a deep dive to understand Ken and his offering. And then picture me taking the best sound bites of that, who he is, why he does what he does, the story of the light bulb moment to help builders, what he does, the website does this and connects builders with trades, and then how he's different. Well, there's a gap. There's nothing like this. It's going to revolutionize the entire industry. While he's saying those things, it's going to cut between his face on camera and then maybe showing some tradespeople or a builder and a tradesperson shaking hands or things that are going to resonate, some B-roll. So it's not just all about him talking on camera, it's showing with the visuals. So I think that's good. That gives you an overview of what, right? So that would be the deep dive. I would have taken all the notes, and then a week from now, because I want him to let it settle. I don't want to shoot right after that and have him try to remember exactly what he said, because then he's going to be, oh, what did I say? Oh, the light bulb. And then he comes off like a robot. Give it a week for it to just settle. Then we're going to come back, and he's going to feel comfortable, but he's not going to try to regurgitate exactly what he said. Does that make sense?
Also, I've already kind of rehearsed it. I've already got the thought processes kind of rehearsed in my head. Even a week later, it's going to come out maybe even better the second time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. But also, I know what you're supposed to say.
Right.
So then, well, can you talk a little bit more about this? Or you remember when you were
Did you
in
have a light bulb moment?
remember when you were in the hotel room, you said, oh yeah, you know, and then I can kind of cue you, but not give you lines. The only lines I ever give him to say is the call to action. Try to get him to, okay, identify your client and then call to action. But other than that, that's basically the secret sauce of why my videos work. And you guys can do that too. Telling stories, authenticity, why you do it, how you're different. Does that all make sense? I just gave it all away, y'all.
Wow, because like, I haven't seen you present this, but we did, and I'm like remembering like the video when I was out with my dad, and like it was sunny.
Yeah, we did a Zoom deep dive.
So like I'm like seeing all this, I'm like, oh my God, Graham, dude, this is, wow. I thought we were just bullshitting on phone.
I know what I'm doing, man.
Can you guys kind of envision
That's good. That's good. Thanks, dude.
how you like this for your business?
But focus on the why and focus on being the guide. Those are the two main points I can give you. Focus on your why and focus on being the guide, not the hero. And delete your About Us page. I love this. This is Naval Ravikant. He's an investor, entrepreneur, speaker, coach guy. Escape competition through authenticity. So there's 1 million video guys out there, probably 20 million. What makes me different? We all do the same shit. We shoot videos for marketing. What makes me different is me and my story and me being authentic and real and talking about how I'm different, my passion for changing the world and making it a better place. That is what makes me different, the authenticity. Nobody can compete with me being me.